Hey y'all, driftlessbiker here. Out on a short little 3-day run to check off a couple more things on my ride it list and just get out. It's the 4th of July weekend, and I planned on leaving yesterday, but the weather just was awful between home and my destination. So I held off and left on Friday morning. My route for this trip is taking me up through Bemidji area and staying the night with some extended family before a very long day tomorrow of a run to Angle Inlet, Minnesota, which most people don't know what Angle Inlet is or that it even exists, because it is a very, very, very small town. It's an anomaly of geography and of treaties that basically puts a tiny piece of land in Minnesota instead of in Manitoba, because interpretation of the treaties was a little bit wonky on the Canadian-US border, and it was supposed to be on a certain parallel, and it also had that it's supposed to follow the borders of Lake of the Woods. Well, that resulted in a small plot of land that is part of Minnesota that is only accessible by water from Minnesota or via road through Manitoba. So I'm knocking off two birds with one stone with this trip, because at that little town of Angle, Minnesota, Angle Inlet, Minnesota, is a buoy similar, only different colors and different theme, to the one in Key West that I was at about 6 weeks ago. This one is for the northernmost mile of road and the northernmost point in the lower 40s of the contiguous United States. And so I'm going to get that buoy, get pictures there, because, you know, crazy stuff like that intrigues me. And I missed Manitoba in my attempt to intercept Stacy and her family on my way home from Alaska with shark. And, well, now I gotta go get it. So it's a good excuse to do both. I am north of the cities, continuing to cruise up towards Bemidji. Still got about an hour and a half to go. The ground there, the terrain has definitely flattened out as I've gotten further north. I have officially left the Driftless and the Mississippi River Valley. The Mississippi River does start up this way, but further to the west. There's not a lot to see or share here, so I probably won't roll a lot of video as I'm going, but you know, if there's something interesting, I'll try and capture it. Good morning, I should say. It's day 2 of my run up to Angle Inlet and the northernmost point buoy. Just left my overnight accommodations and pretty much going to be on 2-lane today based on the amount of time for the miles. I'm pretty sure it's predominantly 2-lane. I have a total of 4 border crossings today, going into Manitoba, back into the US for Angle, back into Manitoba, and back into the US. So it will be and that's in a relatively short time. There's only like 15 minutes maybe between Manitoba and back to Minnesota. But looking forward to it. It'll be good to pull the passport out again. I did remember to bring it. It's in my pocket here. So Paul Bunyan Scenic Byway. It'll be interesting. I'm getting into some country that I've only been in this general vicinity once before. When my wife and I crossed the Mississippi on foot at Itasca State Park, which is the mouth of the Mississippi, and then followed Great River Road from there all the way into the Twin Cities, and part of the way home from there. And now we're rolling on this. Alright, well, this is going to be my view, I have a feeling, for quite a while, so it'll be, again, another day of relatively limited video, and getting close to the Angle on gravel roads in Manitoba, and a little bit of sprinkles. Actually, wipe my lens here real quick. Some sprinkles and light rain, but I'm only, I don't know, 20 some miles, less than 10 miles from crossing the border back into the US, into Minnesota for Northwest Angle, then make my way the rest of the way to Angle Inlet. Hoping that this storm that's kind of in front of me to my right doesn't continue down that path as well. Well, I made it to the northernmost point now. Key West 6 weeks ago, Angle Inlet today, and now, where next? Any other ideas for me, folks? Let me know. Alright, how's it going, folks? I'm going to start kind of winding the day down. I've got about an hour to go, but it's nothing other than just basically this. It's pretty, but it's not overly engaging for y'all, so I'm just going to kind of wind the day down. It's been a good day. I got a little wet, made it to my destination, got a little muddy, and such is life. That's why I ride an adventure bike. I had a good time though. It's a big day. 500 plus, just almost 600 miles. But it's been a good day of riding. Talked to a few other bikers and some other guys on adventure bikes and things like that. In general, it's been a good day. Like I said, not the most engaging scenic ride, but still pretty. It's just, you know, it is what it is. Checked off Manitoba, checked off the northernmost point in the contiguous United States, VUE. So got those done, and now I'm just heading back. And it's been a long day. I left my stepsister's place at 7:30 a.m. and it's 7:30 p.m. now, and like I said, I've got about an hour to go. So a 13-hour day, and I wasn't off the bike a whole lot. I mean, my stops were primarily fuel and snack. I grabbed a fruit thing at the grocery store at the last stop to have something healthy, and now I'm just winding it down. It is Sunday morning. I'm heading home for my 4th of July weekend run. I've got about 4.5 hours to go. Thank you again to my stepsister for letting me stay there for the weekend. It was great to have a little cat crash pad option. It's another gray, gloomy day, but it looks like it's going to get better as the day goes on. Well, folks, I'm finally back on 2 lanes, south of Rochester, Minnesota, on my way home. Got less than an hour to go. It's been a good long weekend. you can see, the sun finally came out. We still got clouds, but it's not raining. It's not wet. It's beautiful. So I'll take it. It's been a good weekend. 3 days. I don't know. Maybe around 1,000 miles, probably a little over. 1,200, something like that. Not a bad weekend.